Hello, everyone. Hello. This is your girl, Christy Iwuchukwu, aka Lady Christy, CEO and founder of Chosen Path Global, helping new and aspiring women entrepreneurs looking to gain confidence to grow the business of their dreams. I help them speak up, speak out, and sparkle with confidence. Listen, I am super excited. If you are watching me right now, I want you to go ahead and click like and share. Like and share. That's right. Click like and share. This may be the message that someone else has been waiting to hear about. So go ahead and click like and share. And comment at the end of this video. Tell me how much you like this video. And I want to hear your viewpoint on the topic of the day. You probably have seen the topic that I have today. If you are watching this as a replay, I also want you to go ahead and click like and share the video to as many people as possible. My hope is that this video will impact somebody else's life. So go ahead and click like and share. Thank you for joining me. That's right. And give me some heart if you're watching me right now. If you're watching me right now, go ahead and say something so that I know that I am not alone, that you are joining me, that this is a community. This is for you. Without you, I cannot be doing what I'm doing. Listen, I so appreciate you. If you're joining me right now or if you're watching as a replay, thank you for watching. Listen, this topic, I'm not going to be long today, but I really want to do this topic. I really want to do this topic because it stemmed from a conversation that I have with a colleague, and I thought, I wonder who's thinking this way. And I thought I want to do a video about it, but the network is not cooperating with me. I'm going to hurry up and get out of here. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Go ahead and say something so that I know that you are watching me. Listen, I heard a quote once that says, "It is your reaction to adversity, not adversity itself, that determines how your life story will develop." I'll say it again. It's your reaction to adversity and not adversity itself that will determine how your life story will develop. Wow, I don't know whose quote it is, but it certainly makes sense to me. Because sometimes we can totally have the same experience and yet give it different meaning depending on how we see it. And that's why I want to talk about this topic today. The conversation with a colleague went like this. I've actually known this colleague about 10 years, but we never really talked until about a year ago. So recently, my colleague said, "I want to ask you something. I hope you don't mind." I said, "Sure." The old Christy would have said, "I don't want to hear what you have to say because maybe it's something negative and I don't want to hear about it." The new Christy said, "Sure, let's talk." So we sat down to talk, and he proceeded to say, "Oh, you are really a very nice person. You are really a very nice person." I said, "Whoa, what brought about this topic? What brought about this conversation now? We've been talking for about a year, and we said we've known each other for about 10 years. But, I never really think that you wanted to associate with us because you're always quiet, you're always in your corner, you're always to yourself. But the more we talk, the more we both enjoy the conversation." And for some of you that don't know me, I am a recovering introvert. That's right, I'm a recovering introvert. Whatever that means to you, that means I used to be that person that will be at a place at events and never say a word to anybody until the end of events. But that has all changed. That has all changed. Listen, wow, that conversation really, what do I say? That conversation really taught me a lesson. I wonder how many people that are thinking the same way. Not just for me, but for so many people out there. The meaning that we give to things may not really be the meaning it has. It is our own perception. It's how we see things coming from our own paradigm, not necessarily the way it is. It's the meaning we give to it. We can choose to give it a positive meaning, and we can choose to give it a negative meaning. We can choose to give it a positive meaning, or we can choose to give it a negative meaning. It all depends. It all depends. And so, for me, I am English as a second language. But for years, it seemed to have stopped me from doing the things I've always wanted to do, to go after what I desire to do. Because I thought that people wouldn't be interested in what I have to say, that maybe they wouldn't understand me, or maybe that I wouldn't say something, enunciate things enough for them to understand me. It really doesn't matter. Because anyway, if you go from one place to another country, you're going to have an accent. But I realized that it really is the meaning I gave to it. It is not the fact that I have an accent. That is a fact. That is my reality. That's my experience. That's a fact. But the fact that my reality, or the meaning I gave to it, that people wouldn't want to hear what I have to say, that people wouldn't understand me, that I would be comfortable associating with people, talking to people, that was only me thinking that way. What if I would have changed that people are waiting for me to socialize with them? Do you see how that would be different? You see how that will be different? You see how that will be empowering? You see how now I just want to interact with other people, socialize with other people, right? Go to places, go to events. If I only change the meaning that I assign to my experience, because the experience will always be there. The fact will always be there. English as a second language will always be there. That's what the fact is. That's my experience, right? But I can give it a different meaning. And when I give it a different meaning that is empowering, I will now begin to find evidence to support it, to make it valuable, right? But on the other hand, if I choose to assign it a negative meaning, that's exactly what I'm going to have. I'm going to be looking at myself, not wanting to go out to network and not wanting to associate with people. I used to be that person that will be in a room from the beginning to the end and not say a word to anybody. Trust me, not say a word to anyone, right? Because I just felt that people would judge me. So it's safe for me to not say anything at all. When I don't say anything at all, I'm safe, I'm okay. But that also robbed me a lot of relationship at that time. Because while that was true that I was safe not saying anything, I wasn't safe not cultivating relationship with other people, right? And also, people look at you and think about you differently. Maybe you're like in my own case with my coworker. Yeah, he probably thought I think that I'm better than other people. That's why I didn't want to associate with other people. And while I was just busy in my head, just my head trash was so much so that I just felt I just didn't fit in. I just didn't fit in, right? I'll be safe staying at my desk, doing my own thing, not going out with anybody, not interacting with anybody, and I will be safe. But while I was doing that, people are reading me differently. That was not really me. But when I decided to say, wait a minute, it cannot be because English is my second language. Nelson Mandela, we know him. We appreciate him. We adore him, right? English is his second language, and so many powerful, influential people that we know. It really is the meaning that we give to things that will determine whether it will be positive, derailing us, whether it will be positive, empowering us, or negative, derailing us. It is the meaning that we assign to things. For example, you can have two people that are overweight. One person is very outgoing, socializing with people, interacting with people, very, very outspoken, right? On the other hand, you can have the other person thinking, people don't like me because I'm overweight. Because of it, I'm just going to stay to myself. I'm not going to speak out in public. I just know that everybody hates me. I don't even want to eat in public because people hate overweight people. But is that really true, or is it the meaning that you assign to it? When you assign to it, when you assign to it a negative meaning, it begins to impact the way you act. But if you assign to it a positive meaning, it begins to empower you, and you begin to now look for positive things. The same experience, different meaning, different outcome. Same experience, different meaning, different outcome. Say, for example, you are an online marketer. An online marketer. And you know, if you're an online marketer, you got to be online for people to know what you do. You don't do posts. You don't do Facebook Live. You don't do video. You don't go to networking. You don't go to social events. No one knows what you do. And you just thinking to yourself, I don't sell products. No one likes my product. No one want to buy my product. But is that really true? Or is it the meaning you have assigned to it? Is it really true that people don't like your product? They don't want to buy your product? Or is it true that perhaps you have not given yourself an opportunity? You have not you've not made it a point for you to market yourself. Tell people what you do. Like Dr. Ruben West said, put your face in a place, right? Telling people, being visible and telling people what you do. You haven't done that, but instead of looking at it in a positive way, because when you look at it in a positive way, it will now allow you to do something about it. You have a compelling reason, an empowering reason why people don't buy your product, right? And people buying your product meaning you're going to make more revenue. Now, if you think about it that way, everything and the meaning that you assign to it changes. You now begin to, if you don't know how to video, you now begin to find ways to learn how to videos, to do posts, depending on what you do, so that you will tell people what you do, so that you can market yourself and put yourself out there, right? You can just decide, say you're a new person, a new entrepreneur, and you're putting out posts, and people don't like you. Nobody's commenting on your post. Nobody's liking your post. You're doing a video. Nobody's commenting on your video. Nobody's liking your video. And you're saying to yourself, see, I just know that I'm not good as an entrepreneur. I'm not a good entrepreneur. I can't do this and I can't do this business. It's not meant for me. It's for these other people, but not for me. But is that really true? Or can you assign it a different meaning, saying, perhaps I don't have the topic that my tribe wants to hear about. Maybe I want to survey my tribe, find out what they're interested to hear about. Maybe if you assign it a positive meaning, the outcome will be different. The same experience, but because now you assign it a different meaning, the outcome will be different, because now you'll be looking to see, how can I put out products? How can I put out posts? How can I put out video on a topic that my tribe would like to hear about? So the focus is away from you now to focusing on what you would do to satisfy your customers, your clients online, right? So oftentimes the meaning we give to things can change, can determine how we like or dislike that thing. The meaning we give to things. But just know that just as we have a negative meaning to things and assign a negative meaning to things, the same thing we can assign a positive meaning to it and have a different outcome. So what do you do? What do you do? And where do you go from here? This is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about it, because if you can absolutely look at this concept, it will definitely change the way you do things in a positive way. It will be a difference maker on the outcome that you have. How about the first step? The first step is for you to really acknowledge that this is out of my own meaning. This is the meaning I give to things. It's not really the way it is. It is how I see it. It's coming from my own paradigm. That's how I see it, right? When you admit it on the first step, the second step is really for you to say, how can I give this a different meaning? I want to reassign a different meaning to the same fact and the same experience. When you assign a different meaning, I'll go back to that example of an online marketer, right? An online marketer, but you don't do videos. You don't go out and you don't share your message. You don't share your product and services. You don't tell people what you do, right? You don't put yourself on the social media, absolutely nothing. You just know you created product and services, but you're not selling. How can you assign a positive meaning to that? You can assign a positive meaning to it by saying, okay, maybe it's not because people are not buying my product. Maybe it's because I need to learn how to do a Facebook video, a Facebook Live, or even a video for that matter. It doesn't have to be a Facebook. I need to learn how to do a video. I need to learn how to put myself out there and tell people exactly what I do. Tell people how I can impact your lives with my services and my products. When you do that, I assure you that the outcome will be different. It may not happen immediately, but consistently over a period of time, it will happen. The issue is that most people don't tell people what they do. And if you never tell anyone what you do, how is anyone supposed to know what you do and buy into your product and services? So, this concept, facts over your reality, facts over your reality. Really thinking about if your experience, your life experience, the meaning you give into your life experience is really what it is. Is it really what it means, or is it your own meaning? If you go back and really acknowledge the fact that, yes, it is my meaning. It's not really the way it is. It's how I see it. It's my own perception on this issue. It's how, based on my past experience, based on what I think, based on my head trash, based on everything, I think the way it should be. This is why I assigned it this reason. It's about me. It's not about anybody else. If you can acknowledge that as number one, and in the step two, you begin to reassign the meaning from negative to a positive meaning to have the desired outcome. When you begin to do that, I assure you that the outcome you're going to get is going to be absolutely different and will be a difference maker in your desired outcome. When you begin to assign a different meaning, you hold yourself accountable. You hold yourself accountable because now you're not putting the blame on somebody else. You're taking responsibility. You're taking ownership. And now when you take ownership, when you take responsibility, you begin to do something about it. You begin to do something about it. How can I make this thing work? How can I learn how to do video? How can I learn how to lose weight? How can I learn how to eat better? How can I learn how to exercise. Maybe take a walk if I cannot run. Maybe I walk instead of jogging. Begin with a walking. And over a period of time, the outcome you get is different. And it's not because you're overweight that you don't want to speak up. It is the meaning that you assign to it. It's not because you're overweight that you don't want to eat in public. It's the meaning you assign to it. It's not because you're overweight that you think people don't like you, people hate you, people are eyeing you every time they see you. Is the unconscious, you are very conscious of how you look. But what if you can look at it different? What if you can look at it different? What if somebody is really looking at you saying, I wonder, she is so handsome. I mean, she is so pretty, or he is so handsome, right? Wow. I want to go out for a walk with her. I want to go out for a walk with him, right? I am looking for a partner to go out for a walk. I wonder if I talk to her, would maybe immediately somebody says something, you go back thinking she must say that or he must say that because I am overweight. But what if that is not really a reality? What is that not the reality at that particular time? Listen, if you can apply this concept, it will absolutely be a difference maker in your outcome. Number one, the first step is really to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that this is my perception. This is the meaning I give to things. This is how I see things. Coming from my own paradigm, that is not a reality. That's not how it is. It's just my own meaning, right? And second step is to really look into reassigning the meaning. Give it a positive meaning instead of a negative meaning. When you do that, the outcome, the desired outcome will totally be different. The desired outcome will be totally different. So that you can take the responsibility and not blame somebody else for your desired outcome. I hope that this video helps someone out there. I want you to go ahead and share this video. This may be the video, the content, the topic that someone else has been waiting to hear about. And I hope that if this message is for you, that you receive it. This is a new year, and I hope it becomes an epic year for you. I hope that as I'm saying happy new me, that you are saying happy new year, that you're going to find something that is going to be different because 2018 is here. That you're going to find something that's going to be different, that's going to take you from where you were in 2017 to where you want to be in 2018. Listen, I am also inviting you to my telesummit on the 27th of this month, beginning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. When? January 27th of this month, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to also put a link above for you to register, and you want to register as soon as possible because the spots are filling out fast. Until next time, my name is Christy Iwuchukwu, aka Lady Christy, and I am reminding you that your fingerprint is by design, not by choice. The world is waiting for you to own and rock your brilliance. Bye-bye now. Thanks everyone for watching.